Hello, Recapped Mystery here. Welcome back. Today, I'm going to explain a French comedy film, Jackie in Women's Kingdom. Watch out and take care. The film is set in the fictional matriarchal authoritarian country of Bubunia. In Bubunia, the roles of men and women are reversed to the extent where the male population is denied any civic rights, including job, education, military service, marriage freedom, and so on. Men cover every portion of their body with headscarves and lengthy veils and dress modestly. Women are permitted to wear trousers and shirts. For decades, the country has been commanded by a family of cruel female generalesses. Furthermore, women hold prominent roles in politics, economics, and the military, while men are supposed to do all the household work and appear lovely for women's enjoyment. In the first scene, we meet Jackie, a lovely young man who is whipped for the Generaless's daughter and future state leader, the Coloness. A live ceremony at the Grand Mushery Palace is shown on television. The Generaless holds the ceremony to announce something important to the public as well as to execute the male criminals of the month. As is customary, 2 royal white horses are worshipped before the ritual. They are revered throughout the country. The nation's honorable ministers, all of whom are women, are next introduced. The Coloness and Generaless finally come in front of the enthusiastic crowd. The Coloness is the most eligible bachelor in town and is well liked by everybody, yet her mother, the ruling Generaless, is quite stern and is dreaded by all. Jackie performs housework while watching television. Just then, his mother arrives home from work. Weary, Jackie attends to her needs, and the two converse while watching the show. His mother alleges that 4 girls from the town approached her at work and requested for permission to marry him. Because of his beauty, Jackie is clearly popular among the town's girls. They hit on him every day, to the point where he feels violated. Despite the fact that he can get any female he wants, Jackie only has the Coloness in his heart and hopes to marry her someday. The culprits are hung in front of an applauding crowd in the show. In Bubunia, the only source of sustenance is paste, a white sticky substance distributed through water pipe-like sinks. The Generalist then delivers a speech emphasizing the significance of the paste. She also expresses her intention to resign from her position and delegate authority to the Coloness. However, according to tradition, the Coloness must marry before ascending the throne. She declares that all the males in the land must compete for the chance to marry the Coloness and become the big dummy. She concludes her address by asking all men for the competition. The Grand Bubunnery Ball was created. Jackie is overjoyed by the announcement. He dashes outside, jumping and dancing, like every other male in the country. Along the journey, he notices a gathering of men praying to a random horse to transform them into the huge dummy. He joins them in their prayer. One of the men is Jackie's cousin Virgio, who believes the horse spoke to him and told him he will be the big idiot. Jackie confronts him, explaining that lying is a major sin. While they converse, some teenage girls nearby call Jackie hot and quarrel about who would marry him. Following that, Jackie, Virgio, and his brother visit a clothing store to get veils for the grandmother. The Bubunnery Ball. In contrast to Jackie's mother, Virgio's parents are wealthy. They mock him for not being able to afford a decent veil. The salesgirl compliments Jackie, stating he is the most attractive of them all and that she fantasizes about him sleeping in her bed every night. Jackie, who is uncomfortable, approaches the shop's owner, who also begs him to marry her daughter. Back at home, Jackie writes poetry, which is unusual for a man his age, while his brother Julien makes love to a woman in the next room. Julien is a prostitute who hopes to one day flee the nation. In contrast to their sticky paste, he has been taught that individuals from other countries are free to dance, sing, and consume a variety of foods. Furthermore, he believes that Jackie's father has a treasure hidden somewhere that he will soon discover. He asks his brother to assist him with the task, but Jackie believes he has more than enough reasons to remain in the country. The next day, Jackie and his mother proceed to purchase tickets for the Grand Bubunnery Ball, but they are met by protesters outside the ticket desk. It turns out that males who want to be the huge dummy must pay 40,000 bubs, which most men cannot afford because they are poor. After purchasing the bright red ticket to the ball, Jackie's uncle and his family emerge. They make fun of his mother's poverty and brag about how Virgil is going to marry the Coloness. Jackie comes home and cries himself to sleep. Later, he summons the police to his home, accusing his brother Julian of failing to repay his money. He believes their father left them a treasure that Julian has been keeping hidden from them. The police investigate their home and discover no treasure, but they do obtain a foreign magazine that is illegal in the country. Julian is arrested for possession. Much to Jackie's amazement, he apologizes to his mother, stating it was not his intention, but it is too late. However, his shame changes to joy when the sheriff offers him a free ticket to the ball in exchange for reporting Julian. The next day, he cheerfully returns to the clothing store to purchase new attire for the ball. On his way back, he notices an ambulance transporting his mother to the hospital. Jackie rushes to his mother's side, only to discover that she has slipped and broken her neck. She says her final goodbye to her kid before passing away. Following the tragedy, Jackie begins to live with his uncle's family, who despises him and treats him like a servant. They have him make the paste for hours and then spit it out because it isn't crushed enough. He overhears them talking about Julian fleeing from the prison and assumes he died when his house was burned down one day. Jackie pauses in horror, realizing he no longer has anyone at his side. He is in the shop, whining about his issues to a salesgirl. In exchange for sexual favors, the girl, who is also drawn to Jackie, promises him a ride to the grand ball. However, they are apprehended by Jackie's uncle while they are at it. They discover Jackie's ball ticket during their examination and decide to give it to Virgil's younger brother. Jackie weeps in vain as his only chance for a good life slips away. Then Virgil and his brother dress up in lovely veils to attend the event. Jackie unwillingly assists them in getting ready. All of the contenders in magnificent white veil come at the palace one day before the gala. The event is broadcast on national television. Jackie is crying at home when he hears someone begging him to flee. He runs out from his aunt's house, convinced that it is the sacred horse communicating to him. After a period of running in the rain, 3 women stop him and ask him why he is out. Taking advantage of the poor man's situation, they sexually abuse him. Julian suddenly arrives out of nowhere and kills the women in order to save his brother. He alleges that he escaped the prison by providing sexual favors to the guards. Since then, he has been living in the wilderness and growing plants. Julian then shows Jackie a turnip field, demonstrating that the paste isn't the only food available to humans and that the Generaless has been lying to everyone. Julian's objective is to sell the turnips to raise enough money to purchase passports and flee the country. He includes Jackie in his plot, and the two disguise themselves by changing into women's attire and wearing wigs. Julian also discloses that their father was a rebel who advocated for men's equality. They founded Meninism, a covert movement promoting men's rights. He was, however, hanged for his efforts. The two then mount a horse and ride to the palace to sell the turnips. They meet a higher officer who knows Julian's secret and requests a sexual favor. Jackie is sent outside, so he wanders about the palace until he arrives to the ball. Several men in the same veil are eagerly awaiting the arrival of the Coloness. The Coloness and the Generaless arrive at the ball a few minutes later. The magnificence of the Coloness leaves Jackie dumbfounded. As she studies the mass of guys, her gaze is drawn to Jackie, who is still costumed as a woman. They establish eye contact, but Jackie glances away, upset. The men then surround the Coloness, attempting to demonstrate that they are submissive and so eligible to be the big dummy. Meanwhile, his uncle and his younger son approach Jackie. They misidentified him as a girl and asked him to marry the younger son. Jackie pushes them away and walks up to the Coloness. Despite the fact that he is dressed in women's garb, she appears to be attracted in him. He introduces himself as Jacqueline and is welcomed into her private quarters. There, Jackie and the Coloness have a lengthy conversation on various topics. She tells him that she would rather be a writer than a leader, but her mother will not let her. She also explains that the event is a sham to make money and that she is engaged to marry a Hollywood star. She then gives him carrots to eat, explaining that the paste is exclusively for the poor. As the two converse, the Coloness begins to approach Jackie and initiate sexual approaches. The Generaless, on the other hand, wants the Coloness to return to the ball. When Jackie's uncle recognizes him in the throng and tackles him, The huge dummy is ready to be announced. Jackie removes his wig and declares his love for the colonist as a man, but the queen sends her guards after him. There is a chase in the palace, and Jackie eventually ends up in a secret area with multiple pipes. After more inquiry, he discovers that the material they have been consuming is recycled human feces combined with vitamins. The dictator has been giving speeches about how the paste is a gift to the people, but in truth, she is feeding the poor their own feces so they don't gobble up all the food and veggies. Knowing this, Jackie presses a button on the control panel, causing the feces to flow directly into the water pipes without being filtered. The entire country is being fed filthy feces mixed with water. Colonist is lying in her bed when she hears noises from beneath it. She locates Jackie inside and inquires as to his genuine motivation. He expresses his feelings for her and they spend the night together. She shows him a crowd of men outside the palace in the morning. The entire country regards Jackie as a hero since he revealed the truth about the paste. The Generaless, on the other hand, does not agree, and when he and the colonist are in bed, the guards capture him and toss him in jail. The Generaless pays him a visit in prison and offers him a deal, life and marriage to her daughter in exchange for his assistance in averting insurrection. Jackie accepts the offer, but she tries to cut him off by saying he has seen too much. But the colonist strangles her to death before she can hurt him. After that, the new couple reconcile and kiss. Together, they open Bubunia's frontiers and establish democracy in the country. Jackie travels the world and builds schools for males. They also institute emancipation and restore the country's agriculture, ensuring that citizens are fed green foods rather than feces. When colonist and Jackie are going to marry, they declare that Bubunia wants no more secrets from its people and strip nude in front of the crowd, revealing that colonist is actually a guy and that they have just entered gay marriage. Generaless had no daughters after years of trying, therefore she wanted her final child, although being male, to be the state leader. The film concludes with a woman in the audience shrieking blasphemy. At the end, please subscribe to assist the channel, turn on notification and leave a like. Thank you for taking the time to watch. See you again soon.